into our first question from one of our trainees. So here at Fever FM, we do a Go Higher trainees every Saturday, and we got young trainees that come in, and we have a little chat with, talented people like you. So here we go. So we got Emmanuel here. Emmanuel, off you go.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm at college studying sport. I read when you went to college, you saw education in your whole new light. What did you study, and tell us more?
Okay. First of all, what college are you at?
I'm at Park Lane.
Nice. So, funnily enough, I was actually kicked out of education when I was 15.
Yeah.
I was kicked out of high school, and the first college I actually went to was Park Lane. And when I went to Park Lane, I was off to a bad start because I had very little qualifications. I progressed through there and I ended up studying media, went on to do TV and film, went to university and did music journalism, graduated this year. But what I would say to you is that education and seeing it in a new light was more so because it opened so many doors for me. Even now that I've graduated, I find that it's not more so about your degree, it's more about the lessons that education teaches you. Being able to be in those environments. Education is always a solid foundation. And I think the second I started seeing it as a foundation more than, as a qualification for my parents or to get a job or to progress further, it was more like valuing the lessons through education. So I'd say, yeah, it was more just appreciating it for what it was, and kind of progressing through it because it's very challenging, whether it's, GCSEs, A-levels, degree. It is very, very challenging, and I'm not the most academic person. I'm not I wouldn't say I'm not the smartest, but I'm not, as academic as other people. I'm very creative. I like to, create things. So yeah, I'd say seeing it in a new light was more so just seeing the opportunities that education brings, more so than the hardships you face through education.
Wow, brilliant answer. You like the answer?
Yeah,
you like that? You like that? He's at first year at college. Right there, Zero, we've got another trainee. It's your turn.
Just before you move on, very quickly, I would say keep going, keep pursuing college, and make sure that, no matter what happens, you're going to get setbacks. There's going to be times where you don't get the best grades. There's going to be times where you want to quit, you're not happy, but just persevere and stay persistent. And education is exactly what you make it. Everyone does it, but what makes it different is how you approach it. And yeah, I'd just let you know that.
Okay, Emmanuel, hear that, yeah? Yeah. Okay, we got Zero here.
Hi, I'm Zero. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So my question is,
Good.
you've been doing music for a while now, so how did you balance school life and music as well? Because music isn't something easy, and listening to your music, it's really good. So how did you manage to balance putting out really fire music, but as you said, you weren't the most academic person, but still, I'm sure balancing that wasn't easy. So how did that work?
Do you know what it is? It's a very difficult situation to be in, right? Because especially with my culture and my background and my religion, all of which are very prominent things in my life, education was one of those things that carried a massive weight, and it was almost like this expectation and this I was expected to be in education, and music was never really respected as a career or an art form because there was no monetary gain, there was no public success, there was all of these things surrounding my career that were not, deemed suitable or acceptable. And I think for me, the balance came in noticing that I would apply my passion and my time and dedicate all of the hours I had into my art over anything else. So it was all the hours I would put into writing music, all the hours I put into singing, over putting it into an assignment or an essay. or studying or picking up a book and reading it. Or if it was picking up a book, it was picking up a book about someone that I'm interested in, or something that, you know, stimulates me and inspires me. But the balance really came because I think when you are passionate about something, it doesn't matter what it is, you will always find the time to do it, and you will always put everything else and prioritize everything else around your passion. So it would be, I'd be at college, I'd have all these assignments, but I'd always make them about my passion. So if it was college, and I was doing, like, let's say I was doing creative media, I'd use myself as a case study, and I'd make it about me. Whether it was university, I'd tailor everything around me to benefit me, to help me become sufficient and independent. But not to give you any false information and make it sound better than it is, because as an artist, you are constantly finding balance. It's a constant battle daily to try and find the correct balance between giving your passion, your family, your, you know, health, all these different things the right amount of time. So it is a daily battle, but I'd say, yeah, it's more about when you're passionate, it doesn't matter. Time is not a thing when you are involved in your passion. But I do appreciate that, and just learning lessons, especially like you say, recording music. I think it's a learning process. I'm very lucky that I was young, and I learned those things when I was younger. And now I've got older, I'm 22 now. I've learned those, I've learnt the ropes, so you can continue applying it as you grow through the industry. So, yeah.
So do you think that, because you said, you know, it's not something, you know, doing music isn't something that your family would have ideally wanted you to do. So do you think that do you feel that your family supported you through music, or do you think they were very shocked at first and weren't happy with it?
Carry on, sorry.
Oh, no, so it was like, you know, were they happy? You know, were they very like, oh, it's a phase, we'll get over it? And if it, you know, how did they feel compared to your friends? Because I'm sure your friends would have a very different reaction. For example, if I were to say to my mum, hey, I'm going to do music, she would have a very different reaction to my friends. So how did that go down with your family and your friends?
So with my family, hands down, my family have always been supportive in whatever I've wanted to do, whether that's been sports, whether it's been, you know, whatever phase you go through so many phases. And I think your family aren't your family if they don't stand by you and support it. But I think with the music, initially it was like, it started as, okay, this is just a hobby, he likes to do this. And then I think in the beginning of my career, I had a lot of setbacks, quite a few major setbacks. I went on a lot of talent shows and a lot of people told me I wasn't very good. They told me I wasn't going to go very far. I got told no a lot. And I think for my family to see that, it was kind of like, right, he needs to not do this. But I think my perseverance and my persistence throughout those things has now proved to them that it's not only a monetary thing. I think your family always want to know that you're going to be stable and you're going to be okay, whatever career path you choose to go in. So it was more about just showing them, look, I can make a living out of this. I'm very passionate about it. But I think as they saw me persevere and progress, they knew that this wasn't just a part-time thing that I was going to forget about tomorrow. And I think they really know that in my heart and in my soul that this is almost a purpose for me. It's very much bigger than just making music. It's more about, you know, doing this, having the opportunity to speak to people like yourself, having an opportunity to speak to people that are up and coming. So it expands much bigger than just initially making music. And I think my family learned to appreciate that and understand that. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That was a good,
awesome questions, by the way.
Good question, good answer, good answer. Right, then we got Ben here, but before we get into Ben has got like the fire up, so he's gonna like throw questions at you. So before we get into that, let's talk about your new single that's coming out. Now, the new song is out on Monday. It's called Resentment. Now, the title just says it all. The title is, now, I heard the song and, you know, there's a lot in there, but before we get into that, now, you went to university in London. All right, you're in London. Correct. So congratulations on graduating.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
So your family must be very proud that now you've graduated.
Over the moon. Over the moon.
You know, for someone like, you know, you said you went at school, you didn't do too well. at college you wasn't doing too well, and then out of the blue you just went in, like got passion for it, and then went all the way to the end and graduated. That is massive. So congratulations to you. And on top of that, you still got the love for music. Yes, and you're not just a normal singer. You are a good singer. You are like a powerful singer. Like when you sing, you can really feel it from your belly because you really put everything in it. Now I've talked to loads of singers, but I can really say that about you. You are a very passionate singer. Now, now tell us a bit about resentment. Now, do you feel like when you were studying and now that you've come back after studying, you've come back to Leeds, do you feel like there's some resentment somewhere? Like, what is this song? What are you trying to say in this song?
So look, I'm gonna put it straight on, and I'm just gonna be real. And I think the truth is that being a British Asian Muslim singer in the industry, being from Leeds, having come up, you have actually witnessed my journey from the very, very start, from achievement to achievement. Whatever I've done, whatever I've pursued, I've always broken barriers. I've always kicked down doors. I've always gone above and beyond. And my race, my ethnicity, and my religion have always been at the forefront of that. And what I've always felt, whether it's from the British industry, whether it's from the Asian industry, there's always a sense of resentment. And it's because I look at other people in the industry and I look at what they're doing and I look at what I'm doing and I think, no one has ever done this before. No one has ever crossed these barriers, has ever questioned these questions, has ever stood up and said, look, I'm going against the grain. And I've always felt resentment, and Leeds is my home, Leeds is my city. I've traveled all over the world, man. I've gone out to London, I've done New York, I've done Manchester, and I always come back home, and there's no place like home, but it's always the city that you are from that fails to show you love. And I've always felt like no matter how much I've done, I've always represented my city. And although I'm international and I represent to the world because my music speaks levels to everybody, I've always felt a sense of resentment. And maybe that's because people are intimidated by brown excellence. Maybe that's because people are intimidated by talent and people that are not afraid to go against the grain, stand out, make noise, break barriers, question these things. And I think I've always had that effect in the industry. So resentment is really about saying, look, brown excellence exists in so many creative industries. I don't know if you've seen, but recently there was a poll about radio stations, and other than Asian Network being on the BBC and Fever FM and a few independent other radio stations across the country, the misrepresentation of brown creatives in the industry is absolutely shocking. To say that there's so many of us that are out here representing, that are doing our thing. For example, yourself, you've been in this game for a very long time. You've been opening doors, giving people a platform, providing people a voice. And it's about time that we really say, look, what's going on? Why are we not on these major platforms? Why are you not listening to the noise that we're making? So what resentment really is, in a nutshell, bro, is a record to say, look, brown excellence is at the forefront of creativeness, and we are creative. There's so many creatives in South Asian communities, in Asian communities, and it's about time you open up your eyes and you see it and you listen to it, and that's what it is pretty much in a nutshell.
Wow, well done to you. Well done to you.
Thank you.
And I've heard the song, and the song is out on Monday. And everything you said there, very true, everything you said there. And the music that you do, you care for everyone. Like, you could be on any station.
Most definitely. Yeah. And this is what I've said, like every time I get on these stations, I'm always saying, look, like, I'm a British Asian, but my music is British. So what's going on? Why am I only getting spun on Asian platforms? Like, why am I only, I've collaborated with Sneakbo, I've collaborated with K Coke, I've collaborated with Paige Keiki, Lady Leisha, all these artists that are British artists that are like multinational artists, but still I continue to be put in a box, and resentment is almost me resenting the industry for doing that, because it's almost like your identity is everything that makes you unique, but it's almost everything that puts you in a box as well. So I'm here to say, look, I am who I am and I'm proud of who I am. I'll continue to keep making music because the music is for me and it's for the people. And yeah, man, until they are willing to listen, we'll keep kicking the doors down and making noise.
Wow. Well done to you, Harris Hameed. Harris Hameed, that is. And the song is Resentment, and it's out on Monday. Right then.
Yeah.
Now then, we are going into the 10 firing questions. Ben Kaushal, your time.
So, so, what would you rather eat, a burger or a pizza?
By the way, Ben, how you doing, bro? You all right?
Yeah, Ben, what happened to you? Ben normally is on point. I think Ben just got like, after...
I like Ben. Inside.
How you doing?
Yes, Ben. I'm good, man. I'm good. Do you know what it is, bro?
Ben's a DJ too.
Really? Yes, Ben. Yo, I love that. I'm about to send you some of the records, man.
Yeah, man. I'll get them played.
Yeah. Okay, burger or pizza? It really depends on my mood, but 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say a burger, bro.
So talking about burger and pizza now, I've been watching you lately. You've been training. You've been getting a 6-pack and a lot. Yeah, you've been like in the park doing some press-ups, sit-ups, jumping on top of the benches and all sorts.
This is it.
But you've done well. Like you've got like a 6-pack and everything, and you've done it in such a little amount of time. That's a motivation. That is. What pushed you to that then?
So I very recently, around April time, my grandfather passed away. Rest in peace to my grandfather. You know, the first of his kind, first gen, you know, came to this country, started a life for our family, you know, got us to where we are right now. And my grandfather had some health issues surrounding diabetes. And shortly after he passed away, I noticed like quite a decline in my health. And I was very worried, you know, I was fluctuating between weight, I was quite overweight, I was very unhealthy, eating habits wise, fitness wise. Long story short, I went to the doctors and they diagnosed me with diabetes. So I am very young, I'm 22, it's very young to receive a diagnosis like that. They are unsure as to which one it is at the minute, but it kind of did give me a kick in the rear to kind of really change my life and change my lifestyle. And I think that combined with, you know, grief and, you know, also with the desire to always be the best version of myself, I think combined just gave me a kick. But yeah, man, that was it really. And I think, yeah, like just balancing it. I think it's a lot of maintenance and I think dealing with an illness like that, it's about respecting the illness and coming to terms with it. You know, there's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of things you can't do. You can't eat sugar, you can't drink sugar. But in the long run, I know it will be very beneficial to me. And you know, it's changed my life completely. And 2020 has been a very, very challenging year. You know, some would say the worst year of their lives, but for me, although I've dealt with a lot of grief and loss this year, you know, I've lost a lot of family members, I've lost a lot of people that I didn't think I would lose. It's what you make it, and you know, I think it's a positive year, and the weight loss and just how it's kind of reflected through my friendship groups and my family as well. Like it's kind of given everybody a wake up call to kind of improve their lifestyle. So, you know, it's all fun, man. It's all positive more than anything, but definitely a daily challenge. I'm here to just say that it's not as easy as it looks, and there's a massive misconception through social media that makes everything look so easy. You only ever see the final product, but you don't see the day in, the day out, the sweat, the tears, and that's what I'm here to say, that look, like I'm not different to anybody else, like really and truly, like anyone can do it. The reason that I did it was because I looked at people and I thought, if they can do it, I can do it, you know. So that's what I'm here to say, like more than anything, that no matter what you do, as long as you believe that you can do it, you can do it.
How often
but definitely a burger.
How often do you train then? Is it every day?
Yeah, so to be honest, it just fluctuates. What I do is a lot of fasting. So on the days that I'm not training, I'm either fasting or I'm staying active. But I do find that doing around 18 or 16 to 18 hour fasts a day just helps you cleanse your body, your mind. Cut down to like maybe 2 meals a day, just very clean eating, very little meat, fish, vegetables, that kind of thing. Just finding balance really, and there's quite a nice feeling in knowing your body when you're in tune with your body. Like, it's a very nice feeling to have. Definitely. But yeah, it's funny you say that though. Last night I was craving a burger.
It's a good one to start off with, isn't it?
Right then, so do you prefer the snow or the rain?
Oh, I don't like either, if I'm honest with you.
Same.
You have more fun in the snow, but it looks nice out there.
Yeah. Do you know what? Okay, before I answer, neither of those weathers is going to make me stand outside. So I prefer...
If you train in the snow, you can do a Rocky movie.
This is true. Nah, I prefer the snow. There's something about rain, man. I don't like it. Not a fan.
Same here.
So,
Look, you didn't go study in Manchester. Your friends
No,
all the time there.
do you know what's really mad? For my last year of university, I actually transferred to Manchester.
Oh, you did?
From London. Yeah. So honestly, I'll tell you something. Don't wear nice shoes in Manchester. Just don't do it. Just wonky flagstones everywhere, puddles, raining, absolute nightmare.
Okay. Buy wellies, yeah?
Yeah.
Next one.
So, what would be your favorite Bhangra song?
That's a good question. Do you know what I like? That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
See, he's a Bhangra DJ, so that's why he's actually that.
Yeah. I've got a few. And it depends on like what are you wanting to know, like classics or like new school? Because I've got quite a few.
Let's say a classic.
I really enjoy my classics. So tell me a classic. What's your favourite classic?
Probably Ogia Sharabi.
Yeah,
that's a banger. Yeah. That's me. Ogia. Hey, banger. Love that.
Where did you have more fun, college or uni?
That's a sticky one. Do you know what? College was up there. I can't lie. College was mad, but London was next level. So I'd probably have to say London. Uni, definitely uni.
People usually say university over college.
Yeah, but you know, college was actually a massive experience for me. Like I was gaining a lot of success through college, which was crazy because like I've never experienced that before. So it was like I was getting a lot of recognition through college, and like that was cool because obviously I was in the city and like a lot of people recognized me, and like a lot of people had stopped me, come up to me, congratulate me. Like I started going, like I had my first kind of like nightclub experience through college, like, you know, meeting people in clubs and like just being surrounded by people. So like it was amazing, but I think London was just worlds apart, and university and just having that independence, and like, yeah, I think that was a massive part.
Yeah, what's your favourite TV soap?
Or do you even watch soaps?
I do. I mean, favourite TV soap?
You're getting slow. You're getting slow.
No, I need to speed up. You know, I'd say like Fresh Prince. Does that count?
That's a series.
That's not a soap, is it?
That's not a soap.
No.
Maybe like, oh, do you know what? I'd probably say like, oh mate, Hollyoaks.
All right.
I'd probably say Hollyoaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite R&B artist?
Ooh,
5
tough one.
seconds. 5 seconds.
Male or female? Male or female?
Female.
Straight up, it is Snow Allegra.
Snow Allegra.
Yeah.
Where would be your favourite holiday destination?
Dubai.
I knew it. Very easy.
I was hoping you don't say Dubai. Everyone just said, "Oh, I knew that."
Who's your favourite person that you've collabed with?
It's an artist called Jamsey. He's from Leeds, local artist. He's actually dropped 56 tracks this year. So real talk. My guy's making major waves across the industry. There's not a track you can't listen to that isn't fire. But Jamsey was one of my first ever collaborations in the city, and we've actually achieved a lot of major things together. We've a few years ago hit 1 million views.
Wow.
We've done a lot of amazing stuff. I had a lot of shows together, but I'd say Jamsey definitely is one of my favourite artists that I've collaborated with.
Just on that, 1 million views, all the work that you've done, been on The Voice, and still there's resentment.
It's still resentment.
Next question.
Name one food that gets you excited.
Ooh, Karele Gosht.
Really
Every time. Yeah, every time. If my mum's got okra and gosht, yeah, with roti, bro. Gas.
What's your favourite sport?
Athletics.
And
Yeah.
And the last one, what do you love about Leeds?
You know what I love about Leeds?
Those things, but you got to say one.
The fact that it's my city and I'm from here. That's what I love about it. Does that count?
Yes, that counts. That counts.
Yeah. Shit.
Right then, we're gonna go. We're going into our break now, so I want to say thank you for joining us today, and
Thank you.
tell everyone where to find you and when is your track coming out and where they can listen to it.
So my name's Harris Hameed. First of all, thank you for having me, guys. It's a pleasure to be back on the station. It's amazing to see the next gen as well coming through. You know, amazing questions, awesome questions. You can get at me on every social media platform at Harris Hameed. Instagram is at Harris Hameed IG, so it's HARRIS HAMEED on every major platform. The single is out on Monday the 14th. It is going live on all major streaming platforms, and you can also check the video, which drops the same day on my YouTube channel, which is in the link of every major platform profile that I have up. So yeah, make sure to lock in, subscribe, share, comment, like, tell me what you think. All messages are appreciated, all love is appreciated. But it's out on Monday, and Imrano's going to drop you a little snippet right now, get you gassed about the release. And yeah, it's out on Monday.
Let's hear a little bit. Let's see a teeny weeny bit.
This God is my witness. I'ma kill this if you feel it. Put your hands up. Be my stand up.
Okay, so that's out on Monday. Well, Harris, thank you again, and keep breaking down them doors.
Yeah, man. Always.
Keep doing your thing, and
Always.
well, in a couple of months or something, hopefully we get you in the studio, and we'll talk some more.
Inshallah. Yeah,
You
man.
take care.
Guys, big love. Thank
Alright,
you. Blessings,
everyone.
guys.
Thank you.
Big love. Thank you.
Fever FM, a spring